Ling Yun glanced at the other four individuals alongside Xiao Yin and immediately spoke. Now that everyone's here, let's begin. I've long been curious to see whether the Xiao Yin, who killed the twin ghost emperors, is as formidable as the rumors say. As for the wooden plaque Xiao Yin had already pocketed, Ling Yun wasn't too concerned. After all, with Xiao Yin and his group of 5 present, even if he sprouted wings, he wouldn't be able to escape. Sooner or later, Xiao Yin would be forced to spit out what he had swallowed. Captain, about the strength of these people, one of the women in Ling Yun's group quickly noticed that among the 4 people beside Xiao Yin, 2 had yet to break through to the 6-star Do D, still stuck at the 5-star Do D level. Even so, whether they were 5-star Do Dis or even ordinary early-stage 6-star Do Dis, the women in Ling Yun's squad didn't feel the slightest fear. Their strength doesn't seem as simple as it appears on the surface, so don't underestimate them, Ling Yun cautioned. Then, with a slight smirk, she added, but this might be a good opportunity for us. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Xiao Yin slowly stowed away the wooden plaque in his hand. Now that Mu Yingying and her group had arrived, there was no need to be polite with Ling Yun. Though Ling Yun, a formidable late-stage 6-star Do D, wasn't weak, Xiao Yan's strength had also reached the late 6-star Do D stage. He had nothing to fear. Oh! Ling Yun raised an eyebrow. While she had heard tales of Xiao Yin and Mu Yingying's mysterious power within the human hall, she didn't believe these 5 could walk away unscathed from a team made up of 4 mid-stage 6-star Do Dis and her own late-stage prowess. Words are meaningless. Let's fight. Mu Feng knew Ling Yun was trying to stall for time. If the Dawn Squad arrived, given the history between them and Xiao Yin, a fierce battle was inevitable. At that point, with both the Dawn Squad and Ling Yun's team in play, things would turn truly disastrous. If that's the case, let's do this. Ling Yun wasn't one to intentionally delay. After all, with her pride and the overwhelming strength of her 4 mid-stage 6-star Do D teammates, they had already eliminated countless teams. Though Xiao Yan's group was strong, the only real threat she felt was from Xiao Yan himself. Leave Ling Yun to me, Xiao Yan stepped forward, locking eyes with Ling Yun as an intense wave of life force began to emanate from her body. The terrifying aura she projected was far stronger than that of a typical late-stage 6-star Do D, and Xiao Yan knew he had to be on guard. Captain, the other 4 women, seeing Xiao Yan's arrogance, immediately grew more vigilant. No worries. If someone has chosen me as their opponent, I will oblige. Ling Yun smiled faintly, her gaze fixed intently on Xiao Yin. Even though Xiao Yin hadn't released any power yet, she could sense a faint, underlying danger emanating from him. Women's intuition was often right, and Ling Yun always trusted hers. We'll handle the others. Mu Yingying walked over to Xiao Yin, giving him a pat on the shoulder. All right, Xiao Yin replied softly. This should be an interesting show. Lu Di commented, his own terrifying aura beginning to rise. Although Lu Di and Mu Feng were both perfect 5-star Do Dis, their strength was on par with early-stage 6-star Do Dis. The 4 of them are yours to handle, Ling Yun said softly to her teammates. Remember, don't aim to kill. Ling Yun knew she wouldn't have the luxury of handling Xiao Yin and still being able to help with the others, so she gave the order just in case. Got it. The 4 mid-stage 6-star Do D women nodded, although they didn't quite understand why Ling Yun had said that. You seem very confident in your teammates, Xiao Yin remarked lazily, looking at Ling Yun. Though the 2 were adversaries, he had to admit Ling Yun was quite the standout, not just in talent and strength, but also in beauty. No matter how strong your teammates are, relying solely on Ling Xian, a mid-stage 6-star Do D, and 1 early-stage 6-star Do D isn't enough to escape from my 4 mid-stage 6-star Do D teammates. It's simply unrealistic. Ling Yun shook her head, stating the obvious truth. How about a little wager? Xiao Yin smiled. If my teammates win against yours, what will you do? Ha, I'm not interested in gambling. So, I refuse, Ling Yun replied, unamused. She wasn't one of those airhead women, and she saw no point in taking the bet. What if I add these 3 wooden plaques to the bet? Xiao Yin suddenly revealed 3 wooden plaques, the keys to the 3 great mountain ranges behind him. These plaques were indispensable. And what's your condition? Ling Yun asked. Xiao Yin wouldn't offer something so significant without a reason. My request is simple. Tell me the secrets of these 3 mountain ranges, Xiao Yin said nonchalantly. Ling Yun's face darkened upon hearing this. I don't know what you're talking about. But inwardly, Ling Yun was panicking. The secrets within the 3 mountain ranges were known to only a handful within the incense pavilion, and Ling Yun was one of them. How had Xiao Yin learned of this? When did Xiao Yin break through to become a second-rank Imperial class alchemist? Being able to refine pills of the first-rank Imperial class and the 3 Xin levels already made one highly valuable in the incense pavilion. But a second-rank Imperial class alchemist, and such a young one at that, was something even more extraordinary. A second-rank Imperial class alchemist? Ling Yun was initially stunned, then disbelief filled his face. Alchemists were as rare as phoenix feathers. Even in the Dodi continent, a higher plane, training as an alchemist had to start from the 1st rank, and only above the 10th rank could one be considered of the Imperial class. The scarcity of this profession made accomplished alchemists exceedingly rare. That's right, Xiao Yin replied, with a slight smile, fixing his gaze on Ling Yun. Although it was true that Xiao Yin was a second-rank Imperial class alchemist, Ling Yun knew certain secrets of Falling Spirit Mountain, something that Xian Yin had told Xiao Yin. Without Xian Yin, Xiao Yin would have been clueless about these matters. Humph! Stop with the theatrics. Attack! Ling Yun snorted coldly, suppressing his shock, and immediately gave the order. As soon as the words left his mouth, the 4 women beside Ling Yun clashed with the 4 strong fighters on Xiao Yan's side. Xiao Yin and Ling Yun stood opposite each other, tension crackling in the air, ready to strike at any moment. The real battle was about to unfold. Shoot! The life force of the 4 women beside Ling Yun surged fiercely, and they charged directly at Mu Yingying's group of 4. Aside from Ling Yun, the immense life force radiating from the 4 women made the very air around them feel heavy. But Mu Yingying and her team were no pushovers. Seeing this, Mu Yingying's group couldn't help but let out a silent breath, and in an instant, terrifying waves of Doqi erupted from their bodies as they met their opponents head-on. Mu Yingying led the charge. Her entire body was enveloped in a vibrant blue flame, exuding an intense heat. In the next moment, her figure burst forward, launching a fierce attack at one of the women with such sharp precision that even her opponent was taken aback. Following her, Mu Feng brandished his wooden sword, and a vast wave of deep green Doqi roared forth with formidable momentum. Lu Di's poisonous green Doqi was equally menacing. Though Ling Xian carried herself with a noble air, her strength, at the mid-6-star Dodi level, was nothing to underestimate. Xiao Yin, take this. Despite his pride, Ling Yun didn't hold back in the slightest, unleashing a powerful technique right away. Humph! Xiao Yin let out a soft breath, as the brilliant imperial flame slowly emanated from his body. His expression grew serious as he locked eyes with Ling Yun. Bring it on, Xiao Yin said calmly. Then, with a swift motion, the ancient ruler of heavenly flames was drawn from his back. But just before he struck, Xiao Yin activated the natal core inscription within his body, secretly forming an array around Ling Yun, who was too focused to notice. Trickery. A sharp voice cut through the air as Ling Yun's blazing life force gathered in his palm, exuding a suffocatingly terrifying aura. Even from a distance, Xiao Yin could sense that this attack was no joke. Fire. First layer of the 7-layered Skybreaker ruler. Xiao Yin unleashed his full power, revealing the terrifying might of the Flame Emperor's fire. Boom, boom, boom. Ling Yun hurled his glowing palm forward like a meteor falling from the heavens. At the same time, Xiao Yan's attack was just as fierce, his massive ruler infused with imperial flame cleaving through the air to meet the blazing white palm print. Shoof! Firestorms erupted from where the two clashed. Tisk, TSK, TSK. Ling Yun and Xiao Yin are truly worthy of being late 6-star Dodi powerhouses. To think they would unleash such terrifying power right at the start, said Qian Zhang of the Hidden Dawn Squad, though his eyes betrayed an insatiable thirst for battle. Indeed, their strength is incredible. But it's hard to say who has the upper hand in this fight, remarked Tan Xiaoyang. After all, Ling Yun was one of the top fighters in the Earth Hall, and Xiao Yin was the strongest of the Human Hall. It was difficult to determine who was superior. Hard to say indeed. Ling Yun is undeniably powerful, but Xiao Yin seems to be hiding many secrets. Even I wouldn't be confident facing him, Guang Lu said thoughtfully. After all, Xiao Yin had easily countered the fusion technique that Guang Lu and Li had performed together, a feat Guang Lu still didn't fully understand. I've heard the Earth Squad has already entered the mountains. I wonder which of the 3 mountain ranges they chose. And Li, however, was entirely unconcerned with the outcome of Xiao Yin and Ling Yun's battle. His focus set on the 3 great mountain ranges. You're strong. I'll give you that. Throughout the fight, Ling Yun had unleashed his proudest attacks, but every deadly blow was effortlessly countered by Xiao Yin. This new level of respect for Xiao Yin slowly crept into Ling Yun's heart, though he was always one to hold himself in high regard. You've also surprised me. Didn't expect you to be this formidable, Xiao Yin said, brushing the dust off his shoulders casually. Let's go again. Ling Yun paused briefly before speaking, but soon, his radiant life force surged again, gathering in his palm as he unleashed another fierce strike at Xiao Yin. Boom, boom, boom. Xiao Yin reacted quickly, raising the ancient ruler of heavenly flames just in time to block Ling Yun's devastating blow. Ha! Ling Yun snorted as his attack was blocked and unleashed even more terrifying power, trying to break through Xiao Yan's defense and deliver a fatal strike. Your strength still isn't enough. Stop pretending to be something you're not. Ling Yun was forced back several steps by the counterforce of Xiao Yan's ancient ruler of heavenly flames. Although she managed to steady herself, she realized that the longer the fight went on, the fewer advantages she had. Meanwhile, Xiao Yin only grew stronger as the battle continued. What's going on? Ling Yun's beautiful eyes showed a hint of confusion. Suddenly, a scorching wave of fire erupted around them, enclosing both of them tightly. It's time to end this. Though I must admit you're strong. I need that wooden token. So, apologies. Xiao Yan's voice, which had been calm, now carried an unfathomable depth, as if coming from a bottomless abyss. Damn it! Is this a formation? Ling Yun unleashed several terrifying blasts of life force, but no matter what she did, she couldn't break through the space trapping her. Biting her lip, a sense of impending doom began to rise in her heart. Grand heavenly creation palm. First, second, third strikes of the 7-layered Skybreaker ruler. 3 strikes in succession. Xiao Yan's voice carried the majestic authority of a ruler of flames, pressing heavily upon Ling Yun. Faced with such overwhelming spatial pressure from Xiao Yin, Ling Yun's eyes flickered briefly with calm, but soon, a deep fear took root in her heart. No wonder he was able to defeat the twin ghost emperors. He has some skill, but still. Life force, living soul strike. In the next instant, a fierce determination flashed through Ling Yun's eyes. Almost all of the life force within her body surged forth, flooding the unique formation space. Yet Xiao Yin wasn't one to hold back either. The massive grand heavenly creation palm and the 3 enormous ruler strikes whistled through the air. Xiao Yin, let's see how strong you really are. Ling Yun scoffed to herself, then without hesitation, channeled all of her remaining life force directly at Xiao Yan's incoming attack. Boom, boom, boom. As their terrifying powers collided, Xiao Yan's formation shattered instantly, and waves of scorching heat rippled outward, one after another. Get ready, it's over. Guang Lu, the captain of the Dawn Squad, suddenly spoke as the smoke began to clear. The rest of the Dawn Squad widened their eyes, straining to see the faint silhouette of a young man with a heavy ruler strapped to his back emerging from the smoke. Boom, boom, boom. The terrifying energy waves spread far and wide, stunning the remaining members of Mu Yingying's 4 squads still locked in battle. Is that the captain? A dark-skinned woman from Ling Yun's team asked. Not only her, but even Mu Yingying and the others were visibly shaken. Damn, Xiao Yan's causing quite a commotion. Mu Feng muttered as he watched the intense explosions in the area where Xiao Yin and Ling Yun were fighting. The figure of the young man with the heavy ruler slowly became clearer. When the battle finally subsided, the figures of both Xiao Yin and Ling Yun emerged from the dissipating energy. Xiao Yin stood with one hand gripping the ancient ruler of heavenly flames, its tip gleaming coldly as it pointed toward the fallen Ling Yun. "I lost." Ling Yun glanced at the small wound on her arm, a slight trickle of blood running down. She couldn't help but feel a sense of relief. If Xiao Yin hadn't held back at the last moment, her fate could have been much worse. "Since you've lost, you should go back now," Xiao Yin said casually, sheathing the ancient ruler of heavenly flames on his back as if it were nothing. Despite Xiao Yin's nonchalant attitude, Ling Yun knew very well that this slender figure, which seemed so unassuming, contained an unimaginably terrifying power. The flames he wielded were something she could only look up to. "I want to see your full strength." Ling Yun's voice carried a trace of stubbornness. Even though she had lost, she refused to accept a defeat she couldn't fully comprehend. Just moments ago, she had fought Xiao Yin evenly, but in the final decisive moment, he had secretly used a formation to suppress part of her strength, adding to that the terrifying power of the ancient ruler of heavenly flames. It had led to her defeat. "I only used 80% of my strength," Xiao Yin replied calmly. Though he had used just 80% of his power, Xiao Yin held a high opinion of Ling Yun. Had it not been for his skills as a Dou formation master and the fearsome might of his Emperor Flame, even the average opponent would have struggled against her. "Everyone stop!" Ling Yun commanded the four women behind her. As soon as the words left her mouth, the four women immediately withdrew from their battle with Mu Yingying's group and returned to Ling Yun's side. Mu Feng was about to make a move, but was stopped by Mu Yingying. "You can see they respect her greatly," Mu Yingying said softly, her eyes on Xiao Yin and Ling Yun. "A loss is a loss. I will give you the information you seek," Ling Yun said as she stood up slowly, dusting off her clothes. She retrieved some healing medicine from her storage ring and applied it to her wounds before turning to Xiao Yin. "Captain, you," one of the four women with dark skin began to speak. "I lost. Xiao Yin is indeed stronger than me, and he may very well defeat the others from the Earth Hall," Ling Yun said, turning to her team. "No way. Captain, you're a powerhouse at the late stage of the 6-star Dou D. How could Xiao Yin possibly?" the dark-skinned woman protested, unable to believe that Ling Yun, one of the top figures in the Earth Hall, could lose to someone from the Human Hall. "You may not believe it now, but I have a feeling this boy is something else. Perhaps one day, he will become the pride of our incense pavilion," Ling Yun said. Her mindset clearly changed after witnessing Xiao Yan's potential. "By the way, I forgot to tell you. Each team only needs 3 wooden tokens. Having more than that is pointless." As Ling Yun spoke, 2 wooden tokens appeared in his hand. "Hand them over," Xiao Yin said flatly. Though each team only needed 3 tokens, Xiao Yin wasn't about to let the women's team off the hook so easily, especially after they eliminated a squad of disciples from the Human Hall. "Not even a shred of chivalry," the dark-skinned woman sighed. "Let's get to the point. Since your tokens are already lost, I imagine it won't be long before you have to leave," Xiao Yin stated. "What you say is true," Ling Yun replied. "Though we lost this time, it wasn't all in vain. Meeting a fellow disciple like you makes the trip worthwhile. Do you know why this selection trial is different from previous ones?" Ling Yun asked again. "No idea." Xiao Yin and the other 4, including Mu Yingying, all shook their heads. Even the Hall Master's daughter didn't know. In past selection trials, the Earth Hall and Human Hall would form 5-member teams to compete in the Flame Domain inside the Incense Pavilion, determining winners through team battles. But this time, we were suddenly sent to Falling Spirit Mountain. One reason is to prepare for the upcoming sect competition, but another reason is the mountain itself. Falling Spirit Mountain's 3 major ranges hold valuable items. If you can acquire them, they are yours, and they will greatly benefit your personal growth. That's the Incense Pavilion's true objective. In my view, the Mystic 3 Heavens has been too peaceful for too long. I suspect a great calamity is on the horizon. Before that happens, the sect aims to strengthen your power as much as possible. As for the 3 major ranges within Falling Spirit Mountain, we need to start from the beginning. The Ghost Realm is a vast domain, much like our human realm. The branch attacking us in the Mystic 3 Heavens covets our land. rich in talented people and natural resources, and seeks to conquer us through war. But the sects in the mystic three heavens are no pushovers. Every battle against the ghost realm leaves behind a battlefield, and by now, there are no fewer than dozens of them. The ghostly energy in Falling Spirit Mountain has mostly dissipated, but other places remain extremely dangerous. Of the three ranges within Falling Spirit Mountain, there's the 5-element mountain range, home to the 5-element beasts, the Tiamu mountain range, inhabited by the heaven-eyed giant beasts, and the mysterious Boundless Mountain. The 5-element mountain range is filled with danger. The 5-element beasts each possess one of 5 elemental powers, and to defeat them, you must counter them with all 5 elements. As for the heaven-eyed giant beasts of the Tiamu mountain range, they possess intelligence far beyond that of humans. A word of advice, do not provoke them. Even a perfect 6-star Do-D might not survive an encounter, Ling Yun said cautiously. And what about Boundless Mountain? Xiao Yin asked, nodding as he listened. Boundless Mountain. Even I don't know much about its ruler. In fact, few elders in the sect do. If you enter Boundless Mountain, retreat immediately. It's not something you can handle, Ling Yun warned, visibly concerned. Let's get moving, Xiao Yin said, putting away the 5 wooden tokens and heading toward a glowing portal. Captain, are we really just leaving like this? The dark-skinned woman asked, clearly unwilling to give up. Let's go. We didn't join this selection for the rewards anyway. We should focus on the upcoming sect competition, Ling Yun replied, standing up and heading toward the exit of Falling Spirit Mountain. Without the tokens, they no longer had the qualification to remain. Brother Xiao Yin, leaving so soon? Could it be? A playful voice sounded just as Ling Yun's team was departing, and from the shadows emerged the Dawn Squad. Enemies? Mu Feng exclaimed in surprise. There were now only 3 teams left that hadn't entered the 3 mountain ranges: Xiao Yan's team, the women's team, and the Dawn Squad. With the women's team already eliminated, it wasn't hard to guess who was left. The Dawn Squad had previously been taught a harsh lesson by Xiao Yin alone. Though their strongest member, Guang Lu, hadn't made a move, the squad had been thoroughly shaken by Xiao Yan's strength. Brother Xiao Yin, long time no see, Guang Lu and his 4 teammates appeared, wearing confident smiles. It seemed the injuries they had suffered earlier were healed, thanks to Li, the Imperial-class alchemist. After their recent battle against the women's team, Xiao Yan's group had expended quite a bit of energy. In the Falling Spirit Mountain, where Do-Chi techniques couldn't easily restore strength, this gave the Dawn Squad a clear advantage. Haven't had enough of a beating yet? Xiao Yin said lightly, showing no surprise, though his heart sank slightly. Clearly, the Dawn Squad had been lurking, waiting for the right moment to strike. This tactic frustrated Xiao Yin. The Dawn Squad was indeed formidable. Their captain, Guang Lu, was a perfect 6-star Do-D. His fiancée, Li, had reached late 6-star Do-D, and the other 3 were at mid 6-star Do-D. During their last encounter, Guang Lu hadn't made a move, either out of caution or some other reason. Otherwise, Xiao Yin knew the fight wouldn't have been so easy. Using his powerful soul perception, Xiao Yin had sensed the Dawn Squad's presence from the start. However, with the women's team still around, he chose not to expose them. Now that Brother Xiao Yin has 5 plaques, why not lend us one? We can enter the 3 great mountain ranges together, and it would be safer for everyone, Guang Lu smiled, ignoring Xiao Yan's provocation. And what if I say no? Xiao Yin replied with a dangerous smile. Though his Do-Chi was somewhat depleted, people seemed to forget that Xiao Yin was an alchemist. A high-level alchemist would never be short of pills to replenish Do-Chi, something that Guang Lu and his team clearly hadn't considered. Enough talk, Captain, let's fight. Xiao Yin just fought against the women's team and lost quite a bit of strength. Against us, he's bound to lose, Qian Zhang said, rubbing his hands together eagerly. As for the plaques, we'll just take them after we beat them, Qian Zhang added with a strong thirst for battle. Attack! Guang Lu didn't hesitate and immediately ordered. Swish, swish. The moment Guang Lu spoke, his 4 teammates fanned out, surrounding Mu Yingying's group. Their aura was even stronger than the women's team from before. They clearly intended to end the battle as quickly as possible. Damn it! Mu Feng cursed under his breath. Without further delay, He unleashed a terrifying burst of Do Qi, desperately defending against the attacks from the rest of the Dawn squad. However, Mu Feng's Do Qi seemed somewhat hollow, an obvious result of having expended too much strength in his previous battle against the women's team. Both Lu Di and Mu Feng were struggling. After all, they had just faced two mid-6-star Do Di powerhouses from the women's team, which had drained much of their energy. Now facing the Dawn squad, they were clearly running out of steam. Mu Feng, Lu Di, you two step back. Ling Xian and I will handle this, Mu Yingying commanded. Seeing that Mu Feng and Lu Di's Do Qi was no longer sufficient for the fight ahead, she spoke up. Normally aloof, Mu Yingying had softened somewhat after going through so many battles with Mu Feng and Lu Di, treating them more like comrades. But you, Mu Feng and Lu Di hesitated, concerned about Mu Yingying and Ling Xian. After all, the strength of Qian Zhang, Qian Xiao, Tan Xiaoyang, and An Li from the Dawn squad was well known. Could Mu Yingying and Ling Xian handle them on their own? Go rest and recover. This little challenge won't be too much for us, Ling Xian reassured them. If we truly can't handle it, and you've recovered your strength, you'll be able to help us then, right? Ling Xian added with a confident smile. Although the four opponents were formidable, Ling Xian had faith in herself. Whether in Do Qi techniques, Do skills, or life force, she far surpassed the Dawn squad's four members. Looks like your teammates are starting to wear out, Guang Lu observed, glancing at Xiao Yan's comrades. We're in the same boat, Xiao Yan replied, his brow furrowing as he took in the situation. The battlefield changes in the blink of an eye. Last time, someone interrupted us, but today, we'll finally have a proper fight. Guang Lu's voice took on a sharp edge as his killing intent rose. Then let me see how strong you really are. Xiao Yan's voice deepened as he sprang into action. Xiao Yan knew that his best chance to help his teammates lay in defeating Guang Lu as quickly as possible. Flame-splitting sea devouring ruler. With a soft shout, the ancient ruler of heavenly flames in Xiao Yan's hand erupted in a massive, scorching wave of fire, rushing straight toward Guang Lu. Such a low-level Do skill can't hurt me. Show me your real strength. Guang Lu's radiant life force swallowed up Xiao Yan's flame-splitting sea devouring ruler. As expected from a perfect 6-star Do Di, Xiao Yan thought, fully aware of Guang Lu's immense strength. If Guang Lu were easily defeated, it would diminish the prestige of a perfect 6-star Do Di. Well, if that didn't work, let's try this. Netherworld Heavenly Wrath. With a furious shout, a terrifying force aimed at the soul surged out of Xiao Yan's body, hurtling toward Guang Lu. Guang, watch out. An Li, who was engaged in battle nearby, warned in alarm. Soul attacks were notoriously hard to defend against, and any damage could affect the very core. Humph! Guang Lu snorted coldly, his brilliant life force forming a thick, white shield wall in front of him, trying to fend off Xiao Yan's soul attack. That won't help. Xiao Yan knew his soul attack wasn't his true trump card. Its purpose was merely to distract Guang Lu, giving him the chance to get closer for a lethal strike. Damn it! Guang Lu realized too late what was happening. He quickly pulled back his life force, raising his arms in defense. Bam, bam, bam. Xiao Yan's close combat skills were his deadliest weapon. While Guang Lu was busy defending against the soul attack, Xiao Yan's fists, legs, and arms all turned into sharp weapons, delivering multiple wounds to Guang Lu. Captain, Guang. The other four members of the Dawn squad, seeing Guang Lu in trouble, rushed over to assist him. The coordination among the Dawn squad was flawless. Although Mu Yingying had the sacred flame, she couldn't unleash its full power. Without any teamwork between her and Ling Xian, they struggled against the Dawn squad. But now, with the Dawn squad's attention divided by their concern for Guang Lu, Mu Yingying and Ling Xian's pressure eased slightly. Ling Xian might not be a great person, but her mid-6-star Do Di strength was undeniable. In fact, with her life force and a wide range of terrifying Do skills, she could even take on a late 6-star Do Di in battle. I'm fine. Their coordination is too tight. We need to come up with a different plan, or we won't hold out until Xiao Yan defeats Guang Lu, Ling Xian said, her beautiful eyes shifting slightly. We should do this. The next moment, Ling Xian and Mu Yingying seemed to be plotting something, whispering quietly. As for Mu Feng and Lu Di, They had already withdrawn from the battle, having exhausted too much do qi. Cough, cough, cough. After Xiao Yan's fierce assault, Guang Lu's once pristine clothes were now visibly wrinkled, and even his body had some wounds. Xiao Yan, I have to admit you're strong, but this is where it ends. Guang Lu's aura surged as he was clearly enraged by Xiao Yan's soul-based feints and close combat. Hearing this, Xiao Yan narrowed his eyes and focused on Guang Lu from a short distance. For some reason, the faint but terrifying energy emanating from Guang Lu made Xiao Yan feel slightly uneasy. Let me show you the power of a perfect 6-star Do Di. Guang Lu's voice echoed as the dazzling white life force in his body suddenly surged. The white life force condensed into 3 glowing orbs, which began to rapidly rotate around his body. With each rotation, the orbs generated an immensely terrifying force. I didn't expect him to use this move. The captain developed it specifically to counter the Earth Squad, Qian Zhang muttered with a hint of fear in his voice. Even he had to tread carefully in the face of Guang Lu's overwhelming power. Xiao Yan's strength is terrifying. I should have warned Guang Lu earlier when we learned he was an alchemist. But luckily, nothing major happened. Li's heart finally settled, though a hint of self-blame lingered. Since our teammate is getting serious, we can't hold back either. Let's put everything into defeating these two. Tan Xiaoyang's eyes gleamed with arrogant pride as he spoke. Swish, swish. As soon as his words fell, Li and the others once again launched an attack on Mu Yingying and Ling Xian. The two women resisted fiercely, but every now and then exchanged glances, as if silently communicating something. What's this? Xiao Yan couldn't help but be startled by Guang Lu's sudden transformation. It was clearly something new to him. There's no harm in telling you. After breaking through the Do Di life tribulation, every 6-star Do Di will, to some extent, develop life force within their body. Life force surpasses Do Qi in both density and lethality. However, like Do Qi, life force has different attributes. My attribute is wind. These 3 white orbs in front of you are what I've cultivated. Typically, only a 7-star Do Di can manifest life force attributes. Guang Lu boasted, the arrogance in his voice growing even more extreme. Meanwhile, the 3 rotating orbs of white life force around him emitted an aura that sent a chill down Xiao Yan's spine. What he's saying is true. Normally, a 6-star Do Di's life force is just starting to take shape. Only after reaching 7-star Do Di does it gain elemental properties. This guy, as a mere perfect 6-star Do Di, already has wind-attributed life force. His talent is extraordinary. If he keeps this up, he could become a force to be reckoned with in the future. Xian Yin remarked with admiration. Damn it, his life force is too powerful. I'm afraid I can't break through the outermost layer of his defenses, Xiao Yan said, glaring at Guang Lu. Heh, I have a plan for that. Life force may be stronger than Do Qi, but compared to your Imperial Flame, it's still only slightly better at best. Even without using the Sacred Flame, your Imperial Flame alone is no joke. Xian Yan's voice echoed in Xiao Yan's mind as he transmitted a piece of information. I see. In the next moment, Xiao Yan understood Xian Yan's plan and began mimicking Guang Lu's technique. Boom, boom, boom. Before long, 3 fiery red Do Qi orbs violently rotated around Xiao Yan, each rotation generating intense flames. Guang Lu, seeing that Xiao Yan had copied his move, was furious and glared at him in disbelief. Come on, let me see just how strong your so-called perfect 6-star Do Di really is. Xiao Yan shouted as his power surged to its peak. The ancient ruler of heavenly flames in his hand emitted dazzling flames as he faced Guang Lu. Today, I'll show you the difference between a perfect 6-star Do Di and a late 6-star Do Di. Pinnacle of the wind. With a loud roar, the 3 white orbs of life force surrounding Guang Lu shot toward Xiao Yan with deadly precision. The sheer force of their passage through the air caused space to tremble from their overwhelming power. What a terrifying wave of energy. But heaven's stone-shattering burial. A strange smile crept onto Xiao Yan's face, and an indescribable purifying flame erupted from his body. At the same time, the ground beneath him split as stones surged upward, and a powerful sandstorm began to rage. "What is this?" Guang Lu, who had been so confident moments before, suddenly found his pupils shrinking in fear as dread crept into his heart. With his lofty status, Guang Lu immediately recognized the earthy yellow flames radiating from Xiao Yan's body. It was the sacred flame. "Are you saying that the incurable disease that has plagued Guang Lu's father for centuries finally has a lead?" And Li, who had already cornered Mu Yingying and Ling Xian, exclaimed in disbelief. Boom, boom, boom. At that moment in the sky, Guang Lu's 3 white orbs of life force, containing world-shattering power, were about to collide with Xiao Yan's heaven stone-shattering burial.